Welcome to What's Cooking Show, everyone. I'm Jason Huguet here at Steamboat in Washington.
And I'm Crystal Huguet here from Steamboat as well. Today, Jason's going to be doing a couple of dips for y'all with some sea bass and some magic seasoning that he used to use back whenever he worked at K-Paul's. So y'all join us back for more What's Cooking. Welcome back, everybody, to the What's Cooking Show. Jason is going to start one of the dishes that he has for us today.
Okay, so the first dish we're going to do, today we're going to do blackened crawfish cakes, which we used to do here decades ago, and it was always a big hit. So I want to use the original blackened seasoning, which is blackened redfish magic from Paul Prudhomme. Also, what we're going to do today is some beautiful sea bass we got, and we are going to use his seafood magic for that. So we'll get to that later. This is going to take the longest, so we're going to actually take our onions, let that roll, put a little bit of bell pepper in there. All right.
Trinity.
And some garlic. Oh, I like garlic. Just put it all.
I was going to say.
Put it all.
Just the onions hitting that butter smells good to me right now. I'm starving.
Oh, what's new? So while we wait for this to cook down, I'm going to kind of talk about these seasonings. You know, Paul Prudhomme has done these for many, many years. We use all of these in the restaurant when I worked there. The only one I couldn't find locally was Meat Magic, which was probably the most widely used seasoning blend of his that we use in his restaurant. But they almost used his Meat Magic as an all-purpose seasoning just for many things. So I just wanted to use some of his products today and show a couple of dishes using them. So just going to cook these onions down, bell pepper and garlic. And what we're going to do is add some crawfish tails, some seasoning, obviously. And then we are going to put some breadcrumbs in there, tighten it up, and we're going to form some cakes. And we're going to show you how to blacken it. Now, blackened seasoning is mostly paprika is what gets the dark color. There's other little spices in there that do the same thing. But when you blacken something, you know, there's a kind of a misconception that if you blacken it, you're charring it to where it's burnt. That's not true at all. It just gives it a whole different color. And by the little charring of the seasonings in the blend gives it just a little unique flavor, and people love it. But we have a lot of people over the years come to the restaurant and say, you know, well, I want steak blackened. Like, okay, and what they really mean is well done, and that's not the same. So
yeah, it does get confused a lot, and I didn't know the difference until you came along. I just thought it was cooked extra, you know, hot on each side or whatever. And a lot of people still say that. They like, I want it blackened. We don't have the seasoning. Oh, well, just burn it. Like, just chore it. And I'm like,
it's not the same.
Okay.
But obviously, he was the creator of the blackened redfish. And now you see people blackening everything, scallops, shrimp. It's just a different the flavor you get other than just grilling it or searing it.
Yeah.
The seasoning does a lot of the work, you know. It's very simple.
And when you blacken it, do you have to cook it on high heat or not necessarily?
Not necessarily, because if you put it on too high heat, it will burn. Which I'll show you
Makes sense.
on the next segment. or one.
We'll show y'all on
Yeah.
the next section.
Right, true. Yeah. I'm forgetting they're there for the moment.
And me.
Yeah. And Matt. Matt's here too.
Hey, Matt. Yeah. So while we letting these onions cook down, a lot of these ingredients that you see can be found at your local Piggly Wiggly and Cash Saver, 8410 Highway 182 North and 1305 Heather Drive, 948-9427 and 948-8199. Y'all go by and see them, call them. If you need something, they'll help you find it.
They sure will.
Tell them we sent you.
If you go to the Nuba store, I say Nuba store, it's the North store.
The North
Ask for Miss
store.
Paula if you need any items specifically. They will help you. I mean, there's times whenever I call over there, and I call Miss Paula and say, man, I need, so I definitely need some, let's say asparagus, but man, I need like a bunch for the restaurant. She'll say, no problem, let me see what they got, and she'll call me back. They have a whole case, we'll save them for you.
Yeah.
Or she'll tell me, Cash Saver has some, we don't have none, and I'll go there. Like, they're just very big help.
Very helpful, yes.
Our onions are coming along. We're not trying to caramelize these or anything like that. We're just going for your same old translucent, when it's wilted. Probably another minute and a half. We're going to add our crawfish tails. And these tails here are a local product that we have been using for a long time now. They're from, is it cotton pork? I think.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, boo. It is.
Okay. It's not, I don't see it anymore.
Well,
of course, my eyes are getting bad.
I was going to say, you need your little cheaters. You should have put them in your pocket.
Yeah, we'll look at, don't tell everybody that. I do not wear glasses. Promise. I wear readers on a temporary basis for like 30 seconds at a time. I limit myself.
Oh,
And
gosh.
when someone walks in the room, I'm done reading all of a sudden.
You look cute with them. It's okay.
No, it's hey, one of those things in life. It's about that time, and like what can I say? They lasted me 48 years. I got a lot of use out of them.
Better than mine.
That's a fact. All right, so let's add our crawfish tails. All right. And some people like to wash their crawfish. I don't understand that at all.
The fat is...
When I'm in the kitchen, I'll take this bag and I'll add some water to it and get all that out of there. That's the best part. And people throw that away.
Nope.
Rinse them. It's like,
No.
that's your flavor.
Especially if you're trying to make an etouffee.
I mean, that's why years ago, you could actually buy just the fat in a little pack. And
Yeah.
man, if they did that these days,
That'd be...
our etouffee would be to die for more than it is.
More than it is.
More than it is. All right, add a little bit of salt because this is going to draw out
Just a
a
little.
lot of the moisture. And tell you what, let's take a quick break. I'm going to go get my red pepper I forgot in the kitchen, and I'm going to add that to it on the next segment. How about that?
All right, y'all join us back for more What's Cooking. Welcome back, everybody, to the What's Cooking show. Jason has his crawfish in the pot, just about done, smelling so good, and he's going to start working on his fish now. So why don't you show everybody and tell them what your next steps are going to be.
Okay, so take our beautiful, this fish is just beautiful. To my knowledge, it's the most expensive fish out there, and for good reason. Everyone loves sea bass. It's just something we don't run very often because it's just so expensive, and we just don't want to do that to the customers. So I'm just going to dredge them in seasoned white flour. We got our butter hot over there. So what we're doing here today is very similar to, you've ever heard of trout meuniere? It's a classical French preparation. or dish. And what we're doing is the same. The only difference is we're using sea bass today. All right, so we got our fish going.
Mm-hmm.
So let that go. All right, we're gonna turn off our crawfish. The red pepper that I didn't have earlier, we're gonna put some. I thought I bought that little bottle from the house. I guess I did.
Well, you had it stacked on. Oh no, I took it last night off.
That's
my fault.
why it's not here. I'm surprised you said that on TV.
I took
On
it off
video.
of the stack to finish cooking food for your Colorado hunting trip.
So you just didn't put it back.
Oops. Yes, I did not put it back. My
Okay.
bad. Sorry.
All right.
You want me
So
to
we're gonna
move
do-
this?
We put a little bit of mayo. This is just to cream it up a little bit. It's a nice little addition.
Okay.
All right.
Can we stir that?
Yes, please. Also, I'm going to take some green onion just to kind of get a little bit of color in there.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. And I'll cut these for later, the rest of these.
For later.
What? When we plate up.
Oh. Oh yeah, look how pretty.
All right. Watch.
Okay.
You want to watch the flame on
Yes.
your. Excuse me. Can you
Oh.
see the flame?
Oh, sorry.
You want to watch the flame because this butter will burn if you're not too careful. Make sure you don't do it too high. So we turn down to low. Next thing, we're going to put a little breadcrumbs. You want to stir that in.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to put too much. You want to put enough to where it's binded, but not too much to where you just taste the bread. But for what we're doing later in the show, you need them to be a little tight.
Mm-hmm. I think that's pretty good, huh?
Oh no. Mm-mm.
Need some more?
Yeah. It's not, they're not gonna stay if you don't.
Well, okay. How about that? You go ahead.
Yeah, looks good. All right, so we're gonna
You want me to get it?
put that right here.
Okay.
Now let's check our fish. All right. There
Oh
you
yeah.
go. Right. Looking good.
Looking and smelling good.
Crank it up a little bit more. I dropped it down a little too low. How about this? Move
Yeah.
over to here. Like that.
Smart move.
I'm a smart guy. What can I say?
Sometimes.
All the time.
So most of these ingredients that you see here can be found at your local Piggly Wiggly and Cash Saver, 8410 Highway 182 North and 1305 Heather Drive. Not sure if they sell sea bass, but you can do this with any fish.
I don't think any supermarket sells fresh sea bass. That's,
Yeah,
You might be able to get some in the frozen section, maybe. I don't know.
yeah, maybe. But I mean, you can do this with any fish. So
Yeah, trout.
your favorite fish that they sell, and have at it.
See, look how pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Some very pretty fish. So what we're gonna do on the next segment, well, we'll probably form a few little cakes on the break, and we're gonna show them how we're gonna use our seasoning.
Magic seasoning. Perfect.
So what we're going to make is what's called a Meunier sauce, and what that is really like a brown butter sauce. So there's two ways to make it. You can make it as you're finishing your fish dish, or like Paul Purim used to do it on LPB, I think it was. I used to watch it when I
I
was young.
think it was LPV. I was very young.
He would he would take a pan, just take some softened butter, turn it up, and when the butter starts to not burn, but it starts to get brown, it starts smelling that little nutty aroma.
Mm-hmm.
And he would actually throw parsley in it, which we're gonna do later, and also some little bit of Worcestershire and a little bit of lemon juice. If you want to hand me that plate.
This plate?
Yes, ma'am.
One?
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna put them on. I'm not gonna put them on 2 plates. All right. So what we're gonna do. Our fish is done. This sea bass does not take a long time to cook, especially the way I cut it. It's sort of thin.
Mm-hmm.
So our butter's really hot. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna throw some parsley in there. It's gonna do that.
Scare me with that.
Then we're gonna add a little bit of Worcestershire.
Here.
Be careful not to add too much because it will be a little too tangy. And then we're gonna add a little bit of lemon. And pretty much there you have it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Smells delicious.
yeah, it's because it's some beautiful brown butter. All right, take our fish. Dang, I got that wrong spoon over here. Just want to pour a little bit over here. There you have it. Okay, while y'all check that out, let's take a quick break and we'll come back and we'll do our crab cakes, crawfish cakes. I keep saying that, crawfish cakes.
Crawfish cakes. Y'all join us back for more with cooking. Welcome back, everybody, to the What's Cooking Show. We have our sea bass done for y'all, and on the break, Jason rolled a couple of crab cakes just to get, crawfish cakes. Doing it
You keep messing up.
again, just to get ahead of the game. But he's going to show y'all now, just kind of how to form them and start blackening them.
Yeah, this is the easy part. So what we do over here is we'll weigh them out, make sure they're all portioned out correctly. Just make your little cake. The only thing you want to kind of keep in mind is you want to make sure it's pretty flat surface,
Flat.
so that way when you season it, like the whole crawfish cake will get,
Seasoning on
yeah,
it
and color,
yeah,
and flavor.
and not too thick because it takes longer to cook on the inside, right?
Well, these are still warm. It's easier
Oh,
to
yeah,
form them
well,
if you
don't mind
usually
me.
we would take this, put it on a sheet pan, get it some surface area to where
Cool it.
it cools off quicker and it's sanitary. Then we'll pull it out. It's cold. It's easier to shape them that way. This not like normally if they were cold when we're putting them on the little skillet, you would want to do it a lot lower and
Yeah,
everything like that. So
that makes sense.
so we put our
I
little
knew that.
blackened season on there. I want to make sure I got a good little coating. All right. So I don't have it too high. You don't have to do that at home either.
Y'all like our little skillet?
And being that these are warm, they're they're not. They're very fragile.
Yeah.
Like I said, normally we would cool them down and then make the cakes, and they actually hold better. Let's see,
That's okay.
no, it's probably gonna be better. You don't have to cook it so long because we know it's already warmed.
Yeah.
It's already cooked. You're just reheating at this point. All right, so I think we're just gonna do those. We'll do the rest after the show for everybody. Change my gloves. Dry my hands. If I try to put a powder free glove on your hand when you have wet hands. It's like impossible.
It
It's like harder than winning the lottery. Seriously.
and why we try to do it, I don't ask me because it gets on my nerves.
Ain't got time to wait. That's why.
No, you can't dry your hands good enough to just hurry and put them back on.
No. All right. Crank it up a little bit just to make sure it's
Oh, yeah,
gonna go.
smelling good.
Mm-hmm. So what we're gonna serve this with is our house-made remoulade sauce, which we actually serve here every day, and we have done on the show before. You can go to the archives and check that out.
Not many people know this though, but our
Look at
that looks beautiful. Our dressings, tartar, ranch, blue cheese, remoulade, you can buy them to go.
Yes.
Everybody asks, like, oh my God, I wish I could make this at home, or I wish I sold them. We do sell them.
We do.
You just have to ask your server or call the restaurant.
So these are not taking very long. Since they're already, we said, warm. Usually at home, if you would do it the way we normally do it, chill it and all that, it would take a little bit longer. But for show purposes, this is the easiest way to do it.
Yeah.
And they
That's
look
perfect.
delicious.
So I guess a few shows ago, we mentioned to y'all about the squirrel cook-off that we were having for Mr. Larry Manuel. We had that this Saturday. It was a wonderful turnout. He and his wife were just so overwhelmed and so grateful.
The
So
support.
yes, it was wonderful. So if any of y'all attended, shared our post, prayed for him, thank you. It was very very good, very touching to
Big,
see.
very big turnout.
Yeah,
And everyone had fun.
I had fun. I bought some stuff. It was good.
All right, here's your black and crab cakes.
Crawfish cakes.
Wow. might as well do black and crab cakes, because I mean we're never gonna say it right. Now there you
Oh
go.
yeah.
That's the color we're looking for right here. So
That's pretty, boo.
we will have to, these crawfish cakes, I'm gonna have to take a second every time I say it. They are something we've done many decades ago. We'll have to run on special so y'all can check it out. So
Y'all come by and see us and go check out the pig and Cash Saver. Tell them we sent y'all, and we'll see y'all back next time on More with Cooking.
yes, sir.